I have 2 steaks here, and today I want to show you how you take care of these steaks before you think of cooking it. First, you remove it from the package, and you so choose to cut it, because they're big, in half. Cut each of them in half, and then you remove the fat that you don't want to be there. Whatever fat there is visible, you cut them off. Sometimes it's not possible because you don't want to dissect the steak in such a manner that you have problems when you go to cook it in the barbecue, if you so choose, or in the oven. However, I am removing all the fat, unnecessary pieces of fat, and what is not needed before I wash the steak. You always wash your meat, because you don't know, you never know what is sitting on the meat. Even though you got it packaged from the store, if you don't take care of it properly, you're opening yourself to get sick, pick up bacteria and the likes. You should be very diligent with your preparing your food, because time and time again we hear them calling back meat, minced meat and the likes. Up to recently, they called back a lot of meat that was packaged by abattoir. So here we go. Now I am going to be washing this meat, and I am going to add, I have a lime here. I have a lime. I'm going to take half of this lime and squeeze the juice into the water. And along with that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of salt into the water. And the reason why I'm adding the salt, as I mentioned before, when you add the salt to the water, it helps to prevent the meat from getting slippery in your hand. You can add as much water as you want while you're washing the meat. It prevents the meat from getting slippery in your hands, so that you can wash it properly. Now, while you're washing the meat, I want you to pay attention to the water. Pay close attention to what's sitting in the water, what came off from the meat. That you don't want in your food. And when you're washing the meat, you wash it in a massaging motion, so that what is sitting on the meat, residue is sitting on the meat, you get it off. Now, I lift the meat out of the water, and I'm pouring the water out. I am going to add fresh water to this bowl, along with the other half of lemon juice. I will squeeze from the lemon into the water. And I am going to also add a tablespoon of salt. And we wash, and we wash. Again, in a massaging motion, we wash. Don't be afraid to wash the meat, because you know something? There are many hands that handle your meat. You don't know what their hands have on it. Wash your meat. A lot of the times they have to call back the minced meat because there are E. coli sitting in there, or among it, or some sort of bacteria. Now, where do you think that came from? That came from the very steak that they ground it up to produce the minced meat. So therefore, you must be diligent with your meat. Here we go. Now I'm going to add the third set of water, and this time we're not going to put any juice of a lime or salt, because we don't need to, but we just continue washing the meat in a massaging motion. And as you find that you do that, you will see that the water is getting a bit red, and that is the blood, because you're washing the meat in a massaging motion. you're squeezing excess blood that is sitting on the meat out of the meat. So we had a third set of water, a fourth set of water, sorry. And there we go. And now we're ready to go. So we're ready to take this out of the water and set it aside in a slanting position. And as we do so, I'm going to put this in this bowl, another bowl, so that the meat can drain off. The excess water that is there on the meat can drain off. I'm going to put this in a slanting position. I got a dish rag, so I'm going to fold this a bit, and then I'm going to put this bowl with these steaks in a slanting position so that the water, the excess water, will drain off. Now, this program is coming from Yvonne's Kitchen, and I hope that you have learned something today. This is the first step of cooking your meal, where your meat and your chicken are concerned. Your fish, you wash and wash and wash. You always wash these things before you prepare them. I hope that you have learned something, and I pray that as you watch this video, this shot here, that you will tell your friends about it, because they need to know. They need to know. And I hope that I will be able to show you another way of preparing another set of meat. And with this, I say thank you for watching, and may God bless you.